Hello, everybody. How are you today? So glad. Well, I said so glad you can join us like there was somebody on here. Well, hopefully somebody will come on here and we can chop it up today. As always, I hope you are having a great day, a beautiful day. So much has happened over the last week or so. You know what? Let me go ahead and turn my sound off on my phone. I always remember to do that, but I forgot because it gets kind of busy here. All right, so as you guys can see the topic, it says, oh, and I guess I should tell you too, hey Jonelle, what's happening? You see the green screen and everything behind me. You don't see my regular room because my partner in crime, Donovan, who's sitting next to me, he thought that he, would make, well, what are we doing? We're doing a podcast now, and he's also going to make a video of this. He wants
for the YouTube channel.
For the YouTube channel, so he wants to try to make it go farther than it's going. So we're going to see. So bear with us here. We got like 3 things going on. So anyway, the topic at hand says, when are some black people, and I like to say some because, a lot of times people get offended like, well, that's not me. You don't lump me in, So I say, when are some black people going to stop believing the lie of black inferiority? Now, what are the lies? And I see a couple of people on here, so I'll try to go slow so I don't have to repeat myself. So what are some of the lies of black inferiority? And please feel free to, chime in with your own examples that you have. Hey, Xavier. Oh, thank you so much. Did I say that right? I think I said it right, Xavier. Shelton, thank you so much. So what are the lies? What are the lies of black inferiority? Well, I wrote some down. You guys can feel free to chime in. So some of them are, we are less than. We are not worthy. We are dumb, poor, evil, ugly, criminals. We deserve to be murdered by the police, so on and so forth. Hey, Sydney, what's happening? And Donovan, you could have just said hi. You just see right here. So I'm sure you guys can think of a whole host of other things that are lies and that black people are inferior or less than. And so with that, we tend to believe those things. We believe that we are those things, and it leads to us being mentally enslaved. Like, we can't go outside of what we've been taught. Obviously, we've been taught those things about ourselves from slavery, that we are the things that I just read and then some. But somehow, some of us can't get out of what we've been taught. And so we won't make any moves. For example, I put up something on my page the other day. Hey, George. And I'm going to read you guys' comments in just a second. I put something on my page basically saying, if you are black and you are still watching or participating in the NFL, you don't love yourself. And I had a couple of people challenge me, which is fine. It's their right to do so. But it's just like, how can you? And then on top of that, some people were saying, well, my team is taking a knee. And I've seen on somebody else's page, they were saying, why should I boycott because they won't give Kaepernick a job? And these are black people. It's like, well, no, it's not just because they won't give Kaepernick a job. It's because of why he was kneeling in the first place. Now they won't give him a job. And so it's like some of us, we search for reasons to defend white superiority and perpetuating the lie that black people are inferior. So I'll go ahead and read some of your comments. So I guess the question I have is, why do some of us still believe in the lies of black inferiority, and what do we need to do to change that? And so I will read the comments. Donovan says, Al is at the game. I'm on D's show. No, he's not at the game. George, you say, one myth, the world is against me because I'm black. Just not true. If you grind, you reap the fruit. Yes, and that is another myth. However, and forgive me, I'm going to start sweating because these lights are so hot, but that's fine. That's sort of a myth. But it's not, because we know that there is systemic and institutional racism that keeps a lot of black people down or held back. But I do agree with you. Some of us do use that as an excuse. Oh, well, because I'm black, you know, I can't do this, that, and the other, or that the man won't let me, to some degree, but to a large degree, it is true. We are being held back. And Jonah, you say, the whole concept of black inferiority is a lie and had to be whipped into us. We are the root of all, and we are not, we are not recessive people. We are dominant genetics. Yes, but at some point in time, and we know where that started in slavery, we started believing that we were not that. We started believing that we deserved just the least of everything, from even the stuff that we were given to eat. Okay, well, listen, I know I brought you over here from Africa, and then I gotta feed you. It ain't gonna be what I'm eating. It's gonna be chitlins and hog mogs, whatever that is. I don't even know what a hog mog is to this day. So you guys can have that. And so all these years later, we're, not me, but we're still eating that stuff. And so we believe that, because to me, I no shade to anybody who's eating that stuff, but we still believe that that's food and that's what we should be eating. So it's not. And then Georgia said, it's an excuse not to grind out. And I do agree with you on that. A lot of us we do use that. Well, why should I try? Because the man is not going to let me. The man is holding me back. I don't know how true that is overall, but we do know that systemic and institutional racism does exist. And I says, I believe in your beauty. Next Sunday, the Texans are at home. Yay. Thank you. And Sydney says, I'm so numb. We have them telling us how they feel about us. Then we have us doing their job. Yes. Like I said, with the whole Kaepernick thing and the post that I made about us not loving ourselves if we support the NFL, I got quite a bit of feedback. And one of them, the feedback came from my sister. She was basically like, how dare you say we don't love ourselves as black people, that one doesn't have anything to do with the other. And I said, well, you think about it. Think about this. You are putting your time, your effort, and your money into an entity who is unapologetic how they feel about you. They have 70% black players, 100% white owned, with the exception of the, I don't know what he is. I think he's Arab or something, Jacksonville owner. With the exception of him, all white owners who know what black men go through in this country, you know, with police brutality and just the injustice, but yet you are going to participate in that. So that means you love that more than you love yourself and more than you love your people. And then Holland, you say, Demetra Kaye, how are you? I am fabulous. How about you? Al says, Winco chicken forever. He's so silly. Sydney says, I can't with Amanda. Yeah, but you know, I was able to whip her into shape because we actually got on the phone and she was like, Demetra. And I said, Amanda, I'm going to need you to stop cooning. And she started laughing. But, you know, she understood where I was coming from. I understood her point, too. But I think, you know, at the end of the day, she understood what I was saying. Because it makes sense. Jonelle says, chemical warfare has helped the false doctrines. Even now, we eat the worst, not understanding how chemicals we digest play on our being. Yes, we continue. I don't get it. You know, before I went vegan, I like soul food. I didn't eat chitlins or hog mogs or fat backs and all that other stuff, you know, because just growing up Muslim, you don't eat the swine. But I knew people who did, and it's like, why would you? I get it back then. It's like we're going to eat this and we ain't going to eat nothing, but we don't have to eat that no more. And then Donovan says, leave my Afro Thunder alone. Go Cowboys. No. So, I mean, at some point in time, we have to take the shackles off of our minds, because we do believe in the stereotypes and that we are inferior. Also, with the example of, you hear a lot of people say, black people think the white man's ice is colder than ours. When you feel like you're inferior, yes, you are going to give 97% of $1.3 trillion away to somebody else. That somebody else being the Asians, Hispanics, white people, everybody else, because you don't feel like you or your fellow brother or sister is worthy of having your black dollars. You feel like whatever it is they have, oh, it's better. You know, or when we do something, we tend to kind of shoot it down for whatever reason. And Sydney, you says, I had a question though. If that orange toddler is telling his supporters to boycott and they are listening, why can't we support Colin? Because it's the same. It's really, if you think about it, it's the same concept. You know, Trump is telling his supporters now, believe it or not, which a lot of you guys probably already know, Trump has a lot of black supporters. You know, he has a lot of black supporters. So if it comes from him, oh yes, you know, we have to boycott. I'm friends with a lady, an elderly lady. I would say she's in her 60s, and she's a staunch, and she's a black lady, staunch Trump supporter. And everything he says, she is just like, yay. And everything somebody says contrary, including to the benefit of black people, she like goes against it. She says, you know, it's our job to rally. We're going to rally against Kaepernick. And I asked her, why? Why are you going to rally against Kaepernick? You, as a black woman, you know, who I'm sure you have black men in your family or whatever the case is, why would you rally against Kaepernick? Like, what is he doing that needs to be rallied against? It's odd to me. But, you know, a lot of us we're just mentally enslaved. We do not know how to get off the plantation mentally. I was thinking about this as I was walking. I'm like, you know, just in my mind, I can envision us, not us, but some people like walking back to the plantation and saying, hey, massa, I know we've been freed for, you know, 160 years or so, but I just want to come back. I feel like I need to be back here. And massa's like, I'm not even asking you to come back like that, but we're willing to do that. And I said, so to me, it's just weird. It's weird. I mean, even watching, not because I don't have TV, I don't watch the NFL, but I've been seeing it online, the pictures. And you see a lot of the players who are kneeling, which to me is like, okay, to your point, Sydney, now you're going to kneel because Trump made you mad. But why wouldn't you kneel when Kaepernick was just, you know, simply saying, we need to bring attention to what's going on with black people in America? They're like, well, you know, I'm just kind of here to play ball. I'm not really trying to get it. But Trump says something that is adversary to what you believe. Now everybody wants to do it. But even if you look at some of the pictures, there's a lot of players who aren't even kneeling. They're like, you see all of your fellow brothers, and some even white people or white players are doing it, but you just ain't gonna do it. Mentally enslaved. And let's see. Sydney says, I can't with Donovan as well. He's like, he can't because you and this cowboy stuff. You know what? I don't know how serious Donovan is. He likes the Cowboys. I mean, I guess everybody has their own favorite team, but come on, Donovan, get off the plantation. Elle says there was an episode of Sanford and Son when Lamont tapped into his African heritage and told Fred about the terrible eating habits of black people on how deadly and unhealthy it is. Yes, out of the one few episodes, I do remember that, and Fred was like, yeah, okay. Sydney says, see the miseducation of the Negro and the miseducation of the South. Yeah, we are miseducated. And I kind of go back to George's earlier point about a lot of us saying, you know, we're being held down. But we know that that's true to some degree. But at some point in time, we do have to go and educate ourselves and learn what we need to learn and stop taking everything on face value. Go, you know, get in the books and Google and all this other stuff. Go get some education. At some point in time, we got to try to better ourselves so we can free ourselves. Hey, Samuel, what's happening? He said, freed but not freed. Absolutely. Yeah, physically, we're able to, you know, pretty much, unless you live in some parts of the South, don't let the sun come down on you. But yeah, we're pretty much free to kind of do what we want physically, but mentally, we just can't. We cannot get off of the plantation. And then Sydney says, I give respect to the teams that did not leave the locker room, though. Yeah, but to me, that's kind of cowardly. I mean, you guys might disagree. I kind of think it's cowardly because it's like, okay, I know like 75% of you guys really don't want to do it. And so we'll just say face value and we'll all stay in the locker room. So nobody has to see who's on board and who's not on board. I think it would have meant more if they did come out and take a knee on the field to show everybody we're not with this. I mean, that's just my opinion. Jonelle says, the white nation works to keep us in mental prisons of insecurity via false images, doctrines, biased media, all in which casts us in a negative light. We are allowing others to dominate and regulate it our perspective of self due to ignorance and well-programmed self-hate. Yes, that does happen, but Jonelle, we know why that is. Dr. Claude Anderson, he's been talking about it forever, and it's partly because we don't own really any media. I think he says less than 3% of the media we own. So the fact that we don't own really any media, we don't control any of the narratives or images that go out about us. And so, yes, they're always going to show us in an inferior light. And then the images you do see that are not inferior, they're going to be cooning, acting like whores, or, just the worst. You think of something like Empire or Scandal, being Mary Jane. Those people, yeah, they have, pretty high, high statuses in societies. But look at their overall character. They're not good people. They're just people with money and status doing bad things. And so we're fooled into thinking, well, we've made it. You even think of somebody like Tyler Perry, who, is the first Black-owned studio in America, but look at the garbage that he puts out. He's not putting out anything helpful to Black people. So, yeah, we need to control more of our narrative by pooling our money together and buying more media. And so, Al, you say, today's Seahawks versus the Titans, and both teams did not take the field during the anthem. Yes, that's what I heard. I mean, I guess... But like I said, to me, and maybe I'm just, a little bit hard, it would have meant more if they would have actually come out to the field. Hey, sis. Elena says, this is a good topic. Well, thank you. And Sydney, you said, quick question. Was JJ the first miseducated Negro on TV?
Amos and Andy.
Donovan is saying Amos and Andy, he's a TV aficionado along with Al. So, Al, maybe you know the answer to that. But I will say he's one of the first people I remember seeing, which, for some of you guys who know the history of Good Times, Florida Evans, or what, Esther Roll. Esther Roll, she actually threatened it at one point in time. She did leave the show because she's like, listen, I'm sorry. I can't do it all this cooning and buffooning. Like, I didn't sign up for this. You killed off my husband. You got JJ cooning on every episode. Like, this is not who I am. So... yeah, he was very miseducated. And then you say, which is why we should boycott TV. Should we boycott TV, or should we stop giving away 97% of our income and then make our own television stations, and we can control our own narrative? We won't care what they say about us over there because we don't even watch their television shows anymore. We are watching our television shows that tell our real stories and highlight people that are going to make us better and believe that we're better. Because when you're always watching negative stuff, you tend to believe that's who you are. Imagine, being somebody who was not Black, watching those images go forth of Black people. You think, wow, those Negroes sure got issues. Which we do, but not quite like that, And Al says, hey, Don, will the Cowboys take a knee today? Probably. So since they are always sucking and blowing Jerry Jones, I'll let y'all have that one. Cindy says, and the Steelers as well, Al. Okay, so all these people are hiding behind the locker room, which I guess, to me it's just also weird that you waited till Trump showed his ass to do it. Oh, now you're mad. Why? And it's, hey, Dean, he says, you're right. Ray Lewis got on 2 knees so he can say he was praying, please kick that Negro in the face. Yet, I don't know about kicking him in the face, but I will say, to me, I laugh because it's like, come on, Ray. You've been cooning for a long time. We don't believe you. You're too far gone into the cooning for us to even believe you're serious. You're only doing it because, to me, it's like the teams are doing it because they don't want to be that team that didn't do it. And so Ray is out there like, oh, kumbaya, not just dude, get up. Donovan says, Lee, I love the topic. Word on the street is Donovan got called out on his show. Yes, and we're going to talk about that, so don't let me forget. And Al says, Cole from Martin, Waldo from Family Matters, and Ned the Whiner were the dumbest Black characters. Wow. Mm-hmm. Good points. Yeah, but I think they were satirically dumb. I think their characters were dumb on purpose. Not like JJ. I mean, I guess JJ was kind of dumb on purpose, but he was the lead character of the show, whether you believe it or not. JJ was the star of the show. And so I guess he was kind of like the old school Fresh Prince, if I can kind of make that comparison. Asada, what's happening? What's up with you? And then Donovan says, no, Jerry ain't gonna have it. Yeehaw. Yeah, I read that. Jerry said, I wish y'all Negroes would take a knee. Y'all gonna be in an unemployment line tomorrow. I mean, I don't know if he said that, but he did say he was gonna be out of a job. So that's gonna be interesting. What's up, Dee Dee? He said, what's the topic of discussion? The question is, when are black people going to stop believing the lies of black inferiority? Like, you know, we are less than. When are we going to stop believing that and stop playing into it? And what can we do about it? And Jonelle says, we must understand our ability, our resources, and what we can do in unity to combat all negatives. And those of us with liberated minds must forge the way for the few unable. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said it don't take the masses but the few willing to pool resources and make it happen. Yes, and that's what I was saying to somebody on my page yesterday when they were saying, well, why now? Why are we boycotting this? Now, admittedly, this individual, he's young, but I don't want to say because he's young is misinformed. I actually think the guy is very well informed. He's very awake for his age. But I said, well, okay, if that's how you feel, we got to start somewhere, right? Like, we can't say, well, we're not going to boycott the NFL because, you know, my favorite team is playing. Let's wait till something else happens. You know, we got to start somewhere. So I absolutely agree with you. Even if it's just a few of us, Jonelle, we got to do something. And Cindy says, we almost had Fox out of business. That lawsuit in Europe regarding the wiretapping celebrities being fined by the EU for $2 billion, then sucked us in and created an empire, made them profitable on our back. Sickening, yes, and we just died right in, you know. We just head first. And we don't understand, you know. Like I said, I've watched one episode of Empire against my will. I was at my sister's and she just happened to be watching it. You know, she likes to watch it, you know, but she's an intelligent woman, so it kind of balances out. And I was like, my God, this is what Black America is hooked into. This is what we watch. It was unbelievable to me. I just couldn't believe it. Like when I watch stuff, I like to see if there's a learning value, something I could take away from it. But like everybody's team cookie, and I'm trying to figure out why. Jonelle says, Ray was 100% money move just as this is causing hardship on the pockets of the owners. Oh, absolutely. You know, and Ray Lewis makes it no secret that I think it's the owner of the team. He'll ride or die for that dude. So yeah, he makes it no secret. But yeah, it's like, Ray, get your ass up. You just look silly. We rather see you cooning than doing this because now it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to watch. To me, it was. And so Dean says, Waldo went to college, so did Jazzy Jeff. All right, so we got to take them off the list. And Al says, it's strange how black people don't unite fully. Kerry Washington's scandal character was smart and beautiful, yet a side piece homewrecker. Yeah. So it's like, yes. And you know, the crazy part about that is, too, Shonda Rhimes is a black woman who is the writer and creator of this show. So you would think from a black woman's standpoint, you can make these characters, and I know the answer, but she can make these characters anything she wanted. But she chose to make the lady smart, like you said, Al, but a whore. She's screwing the president, and everybody is, oh, Team Livy, you know, and I'm like, why are you rooting for another woman to take another woman's man? Like, can we root for some other woman to take your man? I mean, weird. But I know why she doesn't, because ABC is like, well, yeah, you know, it's cool. You want to have a black lady being a lawyer and she's married and her and her husband are, oh, that's the Cosby Show. Yeah, we don't want that again. What's happening, James? She said TV should not tell us what's important. Attacking things from an economic perspective is the way, and stop telling, quote unquote, I'm this, we're doing this. Just do it. You said Black Congress met this weekend. Let's see. I wonder what they came up with. The same thing they came up with since their inception. Nothing at all. I mean, you know, and Dr. Claude Anderson talks about that a lot. He says, you know, a lot of times we hire or vote for these black politicians They promise us they're going to do everything. When I get there, I'm going to make sure my people, and I'm the first black, going to be the first black mayor and all this other stuff. And then they get there, it's like, well, yeah, now I'm the congressman of everybody. I'm here to serve everybody. And so, yeah, they probably didn't come up with much. They probably came up with something to help everybody. I don't know. If you find out, James, let me know. And Cindy says, JJ is now with Ann. I think I know about black folks' culture. I heard that was a myth. I don't know how true that is, but it's like, ew.
It's not true.
Ew on, Donovan saying it's not true, but it's like ew on both of their behalf. Like, why would you guys find each other attractive? Ew.
But he's married to a woman that looks like her.
Oh, he's married to a woman that looks like Ann Coulter. Mm. Okay. And I think he loves Trump too, right?
Yes.
Oh, God. So I guess maybe JJ's cooning was not, maybe it was for real. Let me try to turn my Wi-Fi off because I see that I'm kind of glitching here. Give me 1 second. Come on. Yeah, it was glitching. So hopefully that works. I don't know if you guys can still see me. I think that you can. Okay, there you go. My phone is tripping. I think that's Verizon's way of telling me, yeah, it's time for an upgrade. I won't upgrade. I have this phone for not this phone, but I haven't upgraded in 2 years. So, I turned it off, so I should probably turn it back on.
But you're still going on the radio.
Yeah,
so you're very strong. So
yeah, I do apologize about that. Let's see. Come on back. Okay, I think I'm back. Am I back?
Yep.
I'm back.
It's just slow.
Yeah, it's really okay. Hold on.
Trying to reconnect.
Hold on, you guys. Sorry about that. I do apologize. I still see the comments, so let's see if I can go with the comments. I don't know if you guys can see me. I can't see you, but I'll go ahead with the comments. Okay, so let's see. Al says, but won't buy Alicia Keys' album. Who won't buy Alicia Keys' album? Can you see if I'm still on your Facebook?
Absolutely.
Okay, and then so Sydney also say group economics. And then you say, no offense, Donovan, but I believe Texas should be sold back to Mexico. Okay, I'm still on. I just can't see myself. So you believe that it should be sold back to Mexico? Okay. And then James says, right, never watch Empire, never will. Yeah, I mean, I personally don't. I mean, I get it. We like to be entertained, but at some point in time, we need to be able to say, all right, we've had that already. Let's move on to something else. Stop watching Tyler Perry movies and say, it's black people who put you where you are. I don't know how many white people are actually going to see Tyler Perry stuff, but we need to start holding him accountable too and saying, okay, Madea was cute for 15 years, but now we need something else. Let's see what else you got. Otherwise, we're not gonna give you any more of our money. And then Benny, you say, while running the risk of sounding like a broken record, but I just can't stress it enough. We will have to, first of all, overall, even economics, when we have to key in our own illnesses. If we don't spearhead, let's see, where'd I go? Okay, here we go. If we don't spearhead this mental stigma we all suffer from, including myself, even the wokest of the woke of our freedom fighters suffer from this. And once we're face to face with these mental illnesses, will never be able to move forward. There are steps to our liberation. The mind has to be unaltered and treated first, unlearn and relearn. We have to admit we are sick and not take it as an insult, but a diagnosis and a path of unity, I believe that's what you're saying. Because if we go at economics first and the mind is not right, we will operate through the eyes of our oppressors and pure individualism. You know what? I always love your perspective, Benny, because you're absolutely right. If we don't get right mentally, yeah, let's say we, finally say, okay, now we got $1.3 trillion right here. But eventually we'll just go back to that. We'll go back to saying, yeah, we don't have any black stores, or we do, but let's go over here to them and to, give our money to these people instead of keeping it at home if we don't fix what's going on here. Also, stop believing the lies of black inferiority. And you know what, you guys? Like, my screen is black. I can't see myself, but I can see the words. I hope you guys can still see me. This is weird, but it's kind of fun.
Buffering, yeah.
Oh, it's still buffering?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's buffering every now and then.
Oh, yeah, because I see that it's actually off. Okay, so I apologize, you guys. New location, so it just kind of... Oh, yeah, okay, it's delayed. Okay, got it. Okay, and so Sydney says, Ray Lewis looked like the man who was drunk at the club on Saturday night and was in church Sunday morning singing with sunglasses on. Yeah, I don't know if he really wanted to be there or not, but he was there. So, like I said, to me, it was just weird to see that. And then not only did you take one knee, well, maybe his knees are bad. Maybe he needed to go on both knees. I don't know. And Al says, I wonder if Trump never said SOB, would these players and coaches be taking a knee today? No, they wouldn't be. It would still be business as usual. A few people doing it, but since, Trump kind of galvanized everybody, I guess it's like, all right, we got to do something now. And then, so let's see, Dean say Coons. Al says, JJ ugly ass needs some proactive bad. Wow. Leave JJ alone. And Benny says, please excuse all my typos. No, I understand. Please excuse my reading.
We restart the show and try to go back on the Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay. Because you don't see it on there?
Well, it's on there, but it's buffering.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
Okay, somebody's... That's you said to restart the show?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys can... I don't know. I hate to tell you guys to copy and paste your comments, but I'm going to have to restart because this show is tripping.
Just go back on the Wi-Fi.
Okay, let's see. I'm back on Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's tripping. I think I'm going to turn it off and see what happens. Yeah, I'm not really for sure.
Yeah, just stand by.
Okay. Yeah, it's tripping.
It was going fine for
I don't know what happened.
Minute, so.
I hate that.
Yeah, but we're going to take it. That's because you're on Verizon. For those of you
No,
guys
I doubt it.
For those of you guys that are listening, when you're on Verizon, that's exactly what happens sometimes when you're in a...
Yeah, it's now it's connected, but it's tripping for real.
Okay. So
oh, my God.
Let's try it again, and we'll keep on going. But great topic so far. We like how deep that is. So.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I got sweat going down.
There we go.
So as I was saying.
So here we go.
Yeah, that's people now.